But moments ago, we did get this announcement coming in from Suzlon, where they've undertaken a management rejig with Ajay Kapur, formerly of Ambuja Cements, has now been appointed as the new CEO effective today. Girish Tanti, who's the co-founder and vice chairman, along with JP Chalasani, the member of the Group Executive Council, are now joining in. Obviously, Mr. Chalasani has been elevated into this Group Executive Council. Mr. Tanti as well, the co-founder. This is an important part of a company's leadership transition, a company's growth transition, where new people come in and, the management sets direction. If you could, from an investor standpoint, tell us what the thought process behind this change was and what could be the quantifiable benefits of someone like an Ajay and coming in and the kind of structure that you have now designed.
Yeah, so I think thank you for having us today. So as you said, I think we have two very important positive developments at the group today. We just concluded our board meeting and have these announcements. So the first and foremost is that we formed the Group Executive Council. This is the body that will primarily focus on the mid to long-term planning and important strategic pivot projects that we look for moving ahead. Mr. JPC is elevated to join the GEC, where our chairman and myself will work together in driving the GEC going ahead. At the same time, today, if you look at the current sector situation, renewables is now growing to become mainstream energy source for our country. And the growth opportunities are tremendous. Also, the market has shifted from a single source, whether it's wind or solar, to a firm dispatchable renewable energy hybrid projects. And earlier this year, we announced Suzlon 2.0, our vision to become a full stack renewable energy solutions company. So the idea is that with Ajay, and Ajay comes again with a fantastic track record as a professional, coming from large corporate, having managed multiple industrial domains, as well as scale up of businesses, and also integration through M&A and other activities and transformation drive. So the approach that we've taken is that the business performance, the driving of the transformation and the business growth of our current businesses is something that Ajay will lead. And then we have GEC along with JPC sir and our chairman and myself, where we'll be focusing on the pivot projects going ahead.
Got it. Hi, good morning, Mr. Tanti, as well as Mr. Chalasani. Good to have you all on the show, gentlemen. I've been lucky to meet Ajay ji in his previous avatar when he was at Ambuja Cements, then back at Adani Cement as well. So I've seen him on ground and I've seen him driving teams ahead. That said, what are the challenges? You have clearly laid out what you want to see of him, but can you put it into numbers? Suzlon 2.0, so to call it. What kind of capacities are you looking at? What kind of a mix you're looking at? As you said, renewable energy is going to be very, very important. So what kind of a mix are you looking at in terms of renewable energy? And say in the next 3 years, where are you headed?
So if you look at, the overall growth, like the first review period for our country is about 2030, for 4 more years. Effectively, the country has to build about 500 gigawatts of non-fossil fuel energy, of which about 300 gigawatts is going to come from solar and 100 gigawatts is going to come from wind. So the idea is that today we are purely a wind player, and with our expanding into being a full FDRE player, we would be able to kind of play the entire market of 500 gigawatts going ahead. And we already have a significant leadership position that we enjoy in wind. What we have seen with our large order book, which we have a significant portion coming from C&I segment, customers are looking to have more hybrid projects where if they can have a one-stop shop for someone to supply all their renewable energy demand, then it becomes a win-win for both sides. So I think we are naturally transitioning to this new area of operations, and we hope to kind of be a leading player in the FDRE solutions moving ahead also.
All right. Mr. Tanti, once before we go to Mr. Chalasani, I have just one last question, and this is purely out of curiosity. Ajay joins from Ambuja's, which was after Adani's. Is management exchange the only thing that you have from the Adanis right now, or could there be any more in terms of dealing with them?
I think we've had a wonderful relationship with the Adani Group. I think as part of working together with the Adani Group on developing the renewable energy portfolio, we've done quite some good work together on that. So I think like any other large corporate, today Suzlon, almost all the top 10 large corporates across the country, we are working closely with most of them to see how we can help in the RE transition portfolio build-up for all the organizations.
All right, Mr. Tanti and Mr. Chalasani, let me make it a little simpler. Since you'll have such a good relationship, can Adani Group have a equity holding in Suzlon? Could that be a possibility? After all, as you mentioned, great relationship, right?
There's nothing of that consideration.
As of now.
I think Mr. Chalasani as well wants to come, and he's batted this query a few times, but I think he wants to come in. Please go ahead, sir. I think you're on mute, sir. If you could unmute yourself, we'll be able to hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm saying that this is for them to answer your question, not for us. So therefore, I think.
Have they shown any interest, sir?
No. I think we mustn't speculate. There's nothing like that. So it's purely speculative. So we shouldn't get into that zone.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to clear that it is not necessarily speculative. It was just out of curiosity because you have a leader from the Adanis coming in.
Clear answer is no.
And typically,
nothing.
Okay, clear answer is no. Thank you for clarifying that. And the other part that you said that, the GEC will also be looking at some sort of M&A going forward. If you could lay out an investment plan that you have over the next 3 to 4 years, and also what proportion of your growth will come from organic manner, how much of that will be perhaps inorganic, any sort of acquisitions that you're eyeing?
Let me first understand the reason why, like Girish Bhai explained about the GEC. See, if you look at last 3 years for us has been the resilience and rebuilding. The next few years is going to be disciplined expansion and the institutional scale building. Today, the market is throwing up various opportunities for us. And one is that in the current core business, there is a significant growth opportunities, which you're seeing and then which multiply. And the second, at the same time, is that we need to move away from add on to this core business in other areas which we've been talking about, Suzlon about too. As I said to you about a month back when we met for the results, obviously we have decided where all we want to go. But right now we're in the process of preparing our blueprint. And obviously we would come back to you and tell you what all we want to do. Definitely we want to become an RE player. That's number one, which we made very clear. And we also made our intentions clear that we want to go global from here. So I think the whole purpose of creating the GEC, where 3 of us are full-time members there, is to move away from the running the current business and concentrating on the growth. Because if you do only that, you can't actually diversify. Is that we can spend full attention in the growth areas for the future other business, as well as for the core business for the future. What we want to do in the core business, let's say in year 3, 4, 5, is what we can concentrate on. While Ajay, with his complete experience of track record, he can concentrate on delivering a disciplined execution and deliver what we want to do in this year and next year. I think that's the whole concept. But to your answer, what are the investment plans, organic, inorganic, everything is open there. We are right now building the blueprint. Next few months we'll come back to you. And also you will hear from us the next few months, the further strengthening of our management bandwidth. This is basically, we're expanding our management bandwidth so that we're getting prepared for what we want to do in Suzlon 2.
Okay, the street is a little bit concerned about beyond FY28. BESS as well as, solar could be a bit of a challenge. What do you have to say about that? Till 2028, I think numbers are being plugged in. But the challenge, not just for you, sir, but for the industry is beyond 2028. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, Nigel, that's exactly the reason why we have been guiding and saying that what we're going to have is Suzlon 2. We got to look beyond FY28. We are pretty confident that even the core business will continue to grow beyond FY28, but we need to capture other opportunities like what you said, the solar BESS. There are a few other things what we can do, which are allied to our strengths, is what we will do, and that is what will come into picture by FY28, definitely, and that will continue to add. The whole purpose of creating this GEC is to answer that question of saying that what happens beyond FY28. So we've been talking about this for quite some time internally. We have we know clearly where we want to go. So preparing blueprint and operationalizing those new businesses. If you're actually got bogged down with the current business, core business, what we're doing, obviously we will not be able to incubate and operationalize the new business, what we're talking about, which will start giving us significant results from beyond FY28. So GEC is actually the answer to that. The reason for me moving out of day-to-day affairs, working with chairman and vice chairman closely, is to reach a stage where the growth doesn't have any comma.
All right.
Forget about full stop, this doesn't have a comma.
Just a final question, and this one to Mr. Tanti. Recently, Renew Power in its conference call also highlighted some challenges for the sector, lower plant load factors, etc. I just wanted to understand again, from a long-term standpoint, medium to long-term standpoint, the purpose of the GEC that there is beyond FY28, if you could give us an aspirational target, how much of your business should be coming in from wind, how much of it would come from beyond wind, how much of that would come from India, how much of that would come from outside of India. If you could just give us aspirational targets, and we won't cast your numbers in stone. Basis this, obviously, the ones that you formally lay out would be something that we'll be looking at, but just aspirationally.
Yeah, sure. I think, more concrete numbers we will come out, I think, in another 2 months' time to give more details once we finish our budgeting cycle and announce the formal program. But I think aspirationally, if I were to say you, one is, of course, to make sure that the wind momentum, currently, if you see the growth momentum of wind, we need to kind of step it up, that on an annual basis, it goes to 8 gigawatts, 10 gigawatts, 12 gigawatts and beyond. So it has to kind of continue that growth path year on year. And we also have a program of Wind 2.0 where we are reimagining the wind business to scale up the wind business. So one is just the scaling up of that business in a much larger way. So that's one element. Second, within the wind business is to take it to the global markets. So as you know, we've just kind of appointed some of our management for the international operations. So we'll be looking to expand globally on that. As far as our other FDRE businesses are concerned, we are in that early stage where we are getting the blueprints ready in terms of how do we play in the market, looking to also work with open mind to see if there are partnership ideas, opportunities, strategic tie-ups that can be done, other things. And effectively, our focus would be how we can add value beyond what's currently available to our customers in different elements. So it's a little early, but aspirationally, we would like to be a significant player for providing FDRE solutions in India.
Take that point. Thanks a lot, Mr. Tanti and Mr. Chalasani, for joining in and laying out a plan, at least as of now. And obviously, we will connect 2 months later as well, when you have firmer plans and some more numbers as well. And for now, wish you and your team members good luck, along with Ajay as well. Take a short